Whew, it is an early morning recording today, but you know what? It's a Thursday and Ghost Glow is launching today, and I don't miss Ghost launches with these videos. I figure this one probably will be a little bit of a long one. We're gonna jump in a little bit on the science here. What better way to do this than to crack open a new flavor that I haven't tried yet, the Peach Glow. Throw a scoop in the glitch mixer bottle, kick back, and talk about some science.
Welcome to Price Plow.
So as you guys may or may not know, while I make this shake here, Ghost Glow is launching today from Ghost Lifestyle. We had the amazing opportunity to host Dan on the Supplement Industry Roundtable a few weeks back, in which he talked a little bit about Ghost Glow. We're gonna jump in a little bit deeper today. Not quite as deep as the blog post, which if you are interested in a real deep dive, you can run over to our blog, where Heather wrote an amazing article, really deep diving a lot of these ingredients. We're gonna talk a little bit about why Ghost Glow makes your skin, well, glow. If you haven't been watching the channel for a while, or you don't pay attention to my comments or my face, I'm gonna get a little bit sentimental here, and first of all, thank Dan for sending this stuff out, because I was lucky enough to be one of the first people to, I was one of the first people to talk with Dan about Glow as very early last year. I got to try it before most of the industry got to. I ran a full bottle of it, and if you actually look back on our thumbnails and our videos, you'll notice that my skin changed really, really well early this year. I stopped taking Glow, it went back to being pretty bad, and I'm jumping back in now, hoping to regain that clarity. For a second, let me try this peach. They kill the peach, as always. Dan told me this one was probably gonna be pretty amazing. Blueberry Icy is incredible, but this peach, I love it. If you guys didn't tell the obvious, I struggle with skin problems. I've taken Accutane, I've taken antibiotics, I've experimented with tons of different topicals. I reviewed Revive MD's acne scrub a few months back. It really helps me out with breakouts, but I need something to really try to get ahead of these breakouts, or flare-ups, if you will. If you notice, at times I become extremely red. Break out, I get like just dry and just crappy, and a lot of it has to do with my diet. I do notice that it happens around binges or cheats and stuff like that. I'm a strength athlete, I'm not a bodybuilder, I don't eat clean 24/7. I do enjoy myself when I want to, but I need something to be a preventative measure with my skin, because I honestly understand the pressure that I make most of my living wages off of creating content online that my face is in, on video, and I am conscious of how my face looks during those times. So I couldn't be more happy about something like Ghost Glow coming out, which is an efficacious formula for skin and hair and nails and all that stuff. Something that both genders can appreciate. I know that, guys might want to act like their skin doesn't bother them all that much, but you want to put your best foot forward in these kinds of situations. So let's jump in and talk a little bit about why Ghost Glow works so well. This one's going to be an interesting breakdown, because I'm actually going to spend a decent amount of time on the vitamins and minerals as well as the active ingredients. So follow along. I'll throw the supplement facts panel up and you guys can check it out as I talk. So from the top, obviously, Ghost Glow is going to be packed with a lot of antioxidants to help with free radicals. Free radicals are chemicals that are lacking an even amount of electrons. They're very, very sensitive and we'll say unbalanced. They're looking for any kind of cells to balance themselves out with. It could be anything from cells, enzymes, to DNA, membrane, or mitochondria. They're looking to basically fuck you up. So something like an antioxidant will be able to bind to those free radicals, neutralize them, get them out of your body. Now, vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin. It's going to kick off our antioxidants with, obviously, it's kind of just one of the stereotypical ones that you just got to throw in. It works for most people. Vitamin C is helpful with reducing high levels of oxidative stress, along with a ton of other things like your immune system and stuff like that. 500 milligrams of vitamin C here as ascorbic acid. It's a fine form to be using. Vitamin C helps out with a lot of different immune processes, autoimmune diseases, or symptoms of those diseases, as well as neurodegenerative and cardiovascular symptoms. So there's going to be a lot of different benefits here. It's one of those things that this product is good at, is not only just affecting your skin health, but just your overall health as well. We're going to be putting you in a better position as a healthy human being to have better skin. Moving into vitamin E is not a water-soluble vitamin, it's a fat-soluble vitamin. Now there are actually 8 different versions of vitamin E. In this one they're using the DL alpha tocopherol version, which is a great version to be using. Again, vitamin E here, just like vitamin C, helps prevent oxidative stress, helps a lot out with free radicals, just like the aforementioned vitamin. And a lot of studies show that large doses of vitamin E are helpful for preventing a few different diseases or conditions. Once again, this is kind of just the stages of making you healthier. These aren't specific to just skin health, but a healthier human being is going to have clearer skin. Moving into biotin, this one's pretty obvious. Pretty much every girl, or honestly guy, who has ever wanted to grow their hair, like I've used a lot of biotin for my beard in my early stages, skin, nails, anytime people want to improve that, the first thing they move to is biotin, and that's absolutely great. It's vitamin B7, also known. So if you didn't know, it's actually a B vitamin. It doesn't just start with B, it is a B vitamin. Biotin deficiency is pretty rare, but notable symptoms of it would be rashes on the skin, scaly skin, dry skin, or not so great hair growth or health. Second last here will be selenium. They're using a great form here. Selenium glycinate chelate is a chelated selenium, meaning that they take selenium and surround it by an amino acid, because our bodies are much better at absorbing amino acids than they are at minerals. Now, selenium is a trace mineral, which means that we don't need a lot of it to get the efficacious dose. It's pretty small in dose, but it is important even in that small dose. Now, selenium has very strong antioxidant activity. This isn't one where a deficiency would lead straight to skin issues or hair issues or anything like that. But again, it's going to help with oxidative stress as an antioxidant, again, helping a lot out with the issues that lead to skin problems. Last one here is going to be chromium picolinate. I'm not sure if they used Chromax here and just didn't name it. Sometimes Ghost will use trademarked ingredients to just not use the name. I know they are big fans of Nutrition 21, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did that here. Chromium picolinate is majorly used in GDAs to help with your insulin sensitivity. A lot of the studies show that it actually even improves mood and overall health markers. So again, we're making you a healthier human being at this point, just helping your entire body, which is going to lead to more glowing skin. This isn't directly relating to skin just yet. Now, let's get into the Ghost actual glow blend here. Not a proprietary blend, a blend nonetheless. Let's move into first ingredient is actually inositol at 4 grams. Now, we don't usually see huge doses of inositol like this. Most of the time that we've seen inositol from Ghost actually was Nutrition 21's nitrogen, which includes inositol, or Ghost's Gamer actually features NuLiv, which has an even higher level of inositol, but that's more for brain function. This is going at a little bit of a different direction here with this dosage. Hold on one second while I get another sip of this. This is just delicious. Now, I have some notes up here on one interesting study I wanted to say. In 2011, researchers actually found 80 postmenopausal women with metabolic syndromes and divided them into 2 groups. One group received a placebo and the other group was given tablets with 2 grams of inositol. The researchers instructed the subjects to take tablets 2 times per day for 6 months, equating to 4 grams of inositol per day. Now, that might sound familiar because it's the exact dosage in here. At the end of the study, they found the inositol supplementation decreased blood pressure by 11% on average, improved insulin sensitivity, reduced serum levels of triglycerides by 20% on average, and increased HDL cholesterol levels by approximately 22%, which are all significant findings. Other research also found that inositol was capable of improving insulin sensitivity, ovarian function, and fertility in women with polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, you may know it as. It's a hormonal disorder that can lead to enlarged ovaries and formation of small cysts on the ovaries. Sometimes the symptoms include facial hair, acne, irregular menstrual cycles, and inositol has even been shown that it can reduce symptoms of depression in some cases, but those study doses are actually way above 4 grams. So inositol, it has been studied to help with a lot of different things that may be stemming from metabolic syndromes or postmenopausal syndromes here. Inositol can help with osmoregulation related to hormone deficiencies or imbalances, as well as cell signaling, growth factors, and cellular structure. So again, this isn't an ingredient that specifically has studies on skin quality, but has studies relating to hormone imbalances and the female hormone system. So I can see why they threw this in here. It's gonna have a ton of different benefits, from mood to neurotransmission, to those things I talked about before with the studies with women. Now moving into an ingredient that is specifically studied on health of skin, Astrion from NuLiv Sciences. You may be familiar with NuLiv Sciences from their Astrogen before, or their Actogen that I talked about in the Rob Lipset Legend video. We've got 250 milligrams of Astrion here, which is a mixture of Astragalus membranaceus as well as Centella asiatica. I don't say these things out loud, usually I just read them. So you may recognize the Astragalus from Astrogen and some other interesting ingredients out there. This one has been studied specifically to skin health. Now, be transparent here that the majority of the research on Astrion was in vitro. There is one human study, but it was a topical study. So this product, this ingredient is being used for the mechanism of action. Obviously, this is not a topical, this is a powder you're going to mix and drink. You're not going to rub it on your face. However, by the mechanism of action, we can usually say this probably will work in the way that it's intended to. Now, the claims on this are a little bit interesting because Astrogen's actual claim is that it was formulated to nourish skin, give you a radiant glow, and enhance both collagen and hyaluronic acid synthesis. Now those first two are kind of hard to quantify, right? Nourishing your skin is hard to quantify, and giving you a glow, I'm not even sure how you would measure that. But enhancing collagen and hyaluronic acid synthesis is extremely important. A lot of people ask for a long time, Ghost, when you're going to come out with a collagen product? Well, this kind of is a collagen product because it stimulates your own endogenous production of it, which is kind of cooler than just your normal boring collagen product that comes out. It's cheap. Honestly, it's a cheap ingredient. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's useful and important for some people, but why not make your body make it for you instead of having to take it? Now, what's cool about Astrion is it actually stimulates collagen type 1 production within the epidermis and the dermis, which is the type that's important for your skin health. Additionally, it has been shown to decrease breakdown of collagen as well as discoloration due to UV rays. So if you're a person who has to wear sunscreen all the time, or you notice that your skin becomes, I get very red even if I stay outside just for a little bit. I'm very sensitive to the sun. Something that I thought actually really helped me out in a lot of ways. That one human clinical trial that was topical did find some interesting things. I'm sorry that I'm reading off my screen a lot, but there's a lot of specific data here that I do not want to forget. They showed that it actually was able to reduce wrinkles and melanin by, well, the wrinkles were 15% and the melanin was reduced by 17%, resulting in a smoother and lighter skin appearance, which is interesting. Again, I don't know how you quantify these things, but hey, I think all of us could use a couple wrinkles that we would like to get rid of. So, in any case, Astrion is still being studied. Hopefully we'll see more human clinical studies that were orally taken instead of topically applied, but we're happy with the way that it works. I think, honestly, anecdotally, it did really well for me. You can hate on me all you want for my anecdotal things. I'm just trying to give you my experience with the product, having taken it before it was released. Cetria, L-Glutathione. L-Glutathione is an amazing antioxidant. Part of the problem is the bioavailability of it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The best way to get glutathione is through an IV. You go to an IV clinic. Most of them do glutathione injections. They're really awesome and amazing. But most of you guys probably don't want to do that on a regular basis, or you don't like needles. This is an interesting way that you can get it in. Now, Cetria stands for set, as in balance, and tria means 3. So this is a tripeptide glutathione, which studies show that it should be a little bit more bioavailable and easier for your body to assimilate into your body. Got 250 milligrams of it here, just like the Astrion, and we're pretty impressed by this ingredient. As I said before, antioxidants help reduce oxidative stress by binding to the free radicals. Now, glutathione is a tripeptide that is composed of cysteine, glycine, and glutamic acid. We find this in a high concentration in a lot of different cells. It can be super helpful and super important in a lot of different ways. Bodybuilders use it to help detox their body. In this product, we're looking for it to help detox. I hate the word detox. It's going to help reduce oxidative stress and improve the quality of your skin here. There's a lot of different ways that Ghost could have delivered the glutathione to you guys, and to be honest with you, there's a lot of cheaper ways. So I'm impressed by this ingredient specifically and happy that Ghost chose this one. Obviously, glutathione has a lot of different functions in the body, but for this one here, I'm glad they went with the highest quality one so we can know that we're getting the most benefit that we will out of an orally delivered glutathione. Now, we got 3 ingredients left. We have L-Theanine here at 200 milligrams now. L-Theanine is something that we normally see alongside caffeine to help lower that peak, that freak out moment. It also helps with cognition when paired with caffeine. It can help a lot in a very synergistic way, studies show. To be completely honest with you, I don't really know how this will help with your hormonal balance or your skin, but I do notice that it just calms me and starts off my day on a better note. Maybe one way to look at it would be that cortisol and stress will have a negative effect on your skin, and being calmer will put you in a more advantageous position for that. In any case, theanine just feels good. I know my buddy over at Supplement Snoop, Justin Hall, is not a fan of it because it calms him down too much, but as someone who is pretty excitable and stresses a lot, I don't mind a little bit of theanine as long as it's not pre-workout. Last two ingredients here, we got DIM at 150 milligrams. I've talked about DIM a decent amount recently. DIM is a really amazing, I don't want to call it estrogen blocker because that would kind of imply that it lowers estrogen by a large amount. It doesn't. It's actually going to help balance the estrogen in your body, because one of the problems you see in, like, for the reason you see it in testosterone boosters is men's excessive testosterone amount will eventually be converted via aromatase into estrogen. So in those cases, men are going to want to take a DIM or an estrogen lowering compound like DIM to help contain their estrogen production. Now, for women, it's really going to be more of just a balancing ingredient. It's going to help take your estrogen and put it in a more advantageous place. It's not going to totally tank it because estrogen is needed for the body, of course. So it does this in two ways. It lowers aromatase, like I talked about, which converts testosterone into estrogen, and then also inhibits 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into DHTs. DHT is linked to male pattern baldness for guys. I don't really know if it's too much of an issue for women. However, for men, it is a great thing to lower, because if you value your hair, which I do, and it starts to thin, you can feel bad about that, and DHT being too high could be a significant factor. Now, there's a whole list of other reasons that estrogen not being too high is important. It can be important for lowering risk of cancer, as well as thyroid disease, a whole host of other things. For men, I mean, it can lower chances of gynecomastia, infertility, erectile dysfunction. For women, it'll lower probably headaches, irregular menstrual cycles, fatigue, swelling, enhanced symptoms of PMS, weight gain, anxiety, development of fibroids or cysts. Estrogen is needed in a certain amount, but above a certain amount, it's also pretty scary for both genders. So using something like DIM will just keep it in a healthy balance and not have you worrying too much about how much you got. I know I want to dive deep in on this a little bit, but I'm trying to keep it simple so that you guys aren't having your head spinning on too many crazy words. I try to keep these things digestible for you guys. Now, our last ingredient is verbassenol, which is very interesting because it comes from NuLiv, just like Astrion did. So we're excited to be seeing two different trademarked ingredients here. Now, verbassenol is touted to be an age-defying ingredient, which is quite the claim. Once again, here they're claiming to be using an antioxidant benefit here, and hoping to, once again, very long list of things here, decrease acne, inflammation, yeast growth, improve beneficial nutrient levels in the body, supply antioxidants to the body, and defense against potential environmental damage. It also keeps the skin hydrated and retains its elasticity. So obviously all the claims here all being central around age-defying beauty. Verbassenol works through a pathway that is quite complicated. The molecule is actually going to be called verbascoside, and it has been shown to improve type 1 pro-collagen synthesis, inhibit the growth of Propionibacterium acne, decrease pro-inflammatory cytokine production, and it may prevent the spread of lipophilic yeast called Malassezia furfur, and expresses both antioxidant and photoprotective properties. Quite a mouthful. Now, the pathway that it works through is actually inhibiting, like I said before, 5-alpha reductase activity, similar to DIM. But where it actually leads to is reducing sebum production, which is something that you've probably heard if you've been looking into acne products. If you've looked into Accutane, that should sound pretty familiar. Downstream from there, it also regulates the production of tyrosinase, which is an enzyme that facilitates synthesis of melanin, which darkens the skin's appearance. There's only been one human clinical trial, but it did find a significant decrease in acne lesions after applying a cream that contained verbastinol for 30 days. So obviously we're gonna wanna see a more of an oral supplementation thing here, but again, we're seeing a pathway that is promising, even if it isn't studied in an oral route yet. So guys, I understand that a lot of the ingredients here are a little bit complicated. They may not have human clinical studies yet, but Ghost is mostly working off of the pathways here to theorize that this will help a lot with skin quality. Personally, I saw some incredible response to using the product when I got to beta test it early on. I'm so happy to have it back in my arsenal because I got off of it and then I started, you know, you guys on YouTube are just, you're reckless and crazy sometimes, and you comment some wild stuff about the quality of my skin, and I get it. I don't like when I'm red and covered in acne. It's embarrassing and it does not feel good. It's painful and it really kind of sucks. So first of all, you guys for the way that you treat me, but also thank you for pushing me to work on something, because this is helping me a lot and I'm trying to focus on it more. So if you have any questions about the product, you can comment below. I'd love to talk to you about it. However, if you have any questions about Ghost or the line or whatever, you can go to pricewell.com/ghost for all your news, reviews, and interviews on the product. This one's run really long, so I'm gonna try to cut it up. But if you've made it to the video, this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something, and as always, have a great day.
Welcome to Price Plow.